Guys, you won't believe who I found inside Donkey Kong's ear.
A clown?
Oh my gosh, Matt, there's where you were trying to be heard.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It is pretty irritating.
Yeah.
How did you even survive in there, man? The whole thing was clogged up for like weeks.
You don't want to know. Don't ask.
And I thought DK was just going deaf.
Do not get. He's going deaf for my puns. Anyway.
Let's go see what's inside. Let's see. Let's go pay a visit to Matt's home.
What?
All right, you did some nice decorating around here since you were stuck in here for the last, 4 or 5 sessions.
Yeah, you really spruced up the
bad.
place.
I do like the ice. I do like that. I like me some cold. There's the hot. No. Ah!
Sorry, we had to check. We got curious.
There's the hot that I was trying to hide.
Also, don't jump in there. It is instant death, as you would imagine.
Because it's lava.
Unlike the lava we jumped in previously in Angry Aztec, that stuff is very, deadly to the touch.
Here's Matt's roommate.
I mean, the stuff in Angry Aztec is more like quicksand.
I don't even have a roommate, so
Oh gosh, okay, this is Matt's, alright, hello everybody, this is Matt's home invader.
Yes.
It's taken care of.
Oh, and there's also a splat while we're at it.
Hi, I'm curious about something.
What's up?
Why does your Discord status been saying a dub, for the last, day or two? You're not a dub.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Well, no, it says that because of Adrenaline Dubs. Apparently, it's a new feature that Discord has where, depending on what server you're in, they'll give you the option to wear a tag based on that server. You can only wear one at a time, and so I just decided to take the one that I got from being an Adrenaline Dubs admin and just have that be my tag.
A lot of people have that right now. I've been noticing. Dolly has that. Quite a few people in Steve's server has that right now.
I still got a question for developers. What the hell were they thinking when they made that spooky woo noise?
Wrinkly's a ghost. I mean, what other noises would she make?
Ooh, I'm the spirit of the wrinkle.
They tickled an owl licking. That was the sound that was made.
Oh.
And they were like, what? And they were like, it sounds so unique. We gotta use it somewhere.
I remember nothing of this incident. Thank you very much.
Not all.
Oh, there goes DK. Guess we gotta finish the adventure without him.
I'm okay.
Don't worry. He got all better.
I was gonna say, thus now, welcome to the team, DK2. Filling in for DK, and DK1's, burning absent.
Oop.
Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
Chunky, what
happened?
I think we heard that one already, Grandma.
We're gonna need a new ditty. This one messed up.
We're gonna need another Timmy.
Bring in the new render ditty.
With that snazzy pin on his hat.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, is it just me or was Wrinkly Kong always meant to resemble Ruth Bader Ginsburg?
God damn it. I've heard that joke before.
Comparison.
I've heard that joke
did?
before.
Where?
I can't remember.
Really? I mean, she looks a little. I mean, the glasses maybe, but
You'd Ruth Bader believe it!
You know what? You could always ask Kevin Bayless. He's been pretty active on social media ever since Bonanza was announced.
That is true.
Is he a strong Wrinkly Kong advocate?
Well, he was the chief character designer for the original Rareware Donkey Kong games.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, down at Crocodile Isle...
Those stubborn apes don't know when they're beat. But even they will have to admit defeat after they've tangled with my fiery little pet. We don't rhyme.
Pete. Fiery pet.
Nothing can stop me now. Their island is
your
doomed.
bossiness.
Oh, there you are. I trust the Kongs have been
Can I be this guy?
Go for it, Matt.
Oh, it's awesome, Master! Those horrible Kongs threw nasty barrels knocked me into the lava, they did, and singed both my wings. The one by this goes too fast, I'm out of it.
Look at my poor nose!
I want to- OW!
Imbecile.
Into the hydraulic press you go.
I'm so angry.
It's a bit hard to tell with Cruel's tone, but I don't think he took that very well.
I just love
What are
it.
you
He's just
talking
looking
about?
to the
That was
camera.
I'm so angry.
There's that, and I'm just thinking like the devil from the Cuphead show, where it's like, I am so angry.
You can't just have your characters announce how they feel. That makes me feel angry.
Oh, yeah, there we are. So yeah, welcome back. Welcome back, Matt, to the old Tag Anywheres.
Yes,
Welcome
yes.
to Crystal Cave.
Man, this is getting me excited for trying out Bonanza eventually. Maybe.
Me
Yep.
too.
On my
Just as
birthday.
soon as I get that fucking invite from Nintendo to get a Switch 2.
Just as soon as I sell both of my livers to afford one.
Well, that's not necessary. I think
We
you
can't
get more than
switch.
that.
I mean, I'm going to have to do that, you know, with Logan here, so, you know.
You're gonna give Logan your livers?
I mean, I figured I could use a couple, you know, just a spare two. I've been meaning to, you know, try out some.
I mean, to
wanna
get
try
my
out
Switch
some
too,
drinks of
yes.
the world, and
He's like, you know, I've always wondered what they tasted like seasoned.
So I gotta say, this is a pretty,
Who was that? Oh,
Who belched in my house?
And I was just about to say how serene this level feels compared to the previous ones.
yeah, and then this bozo has to show up and make a mess of the whole thing.
Man, what an asshole.
You do the attack, then all of a sudden the guy just went, someone had better said, excuse me.
thank you. I like that.
No
I should,
one burps on my son and gets away with it!
I should
No
show,
sense of common courtesy nowadays!
We should show Icky, Matt, and James that movie one day.
Which movie?
I mean, I wouldn't be against it, but, like, I guess it just depends on, you know, I'll ask this for Logan's sake as a pre-requisite. How many of you have seen Recess growing up?
I did.
It's
Oh god, are you talking about Recess School's Out?
Yes.
No thanks.
I like
You don't
that
like
movie.
it?
How dare you?
All I remember about that movie is
Tim Curry.
Jimbles Dracorn, Jimmy Jack Corn, and I don't. No, John Jacob Jingleheimer. I don't fucking care.
Okay, I like that movie.
That's
I
probably
don't-
not the.
I
that's
don't
probably
like
not
the art
way
style
to.
of Recess. I didn't care for the movie
You
when I was
didn't
like
like.
5
You
years
didn't
old.
care for the psychedelic '70s color.
No.
Hold on, no, give me a second. Icky,
What?
do you like King of the Hill?
Yes.
Then what the fuck is wrong with you? Because that's the exact same goddamn art style. What is up your ass?
Is this
Wait.
the same goddamn people running the show?
Oh, whoops.
I'm not
Oh.
saying it. Okay, I'm joking, but to be fair, it's very similar if you look at them.
My bad.
I know it's very
I-
similar,
yeah,
but
like, eh.
Kind of makes me wonder if they had the same character artist behind both of them.
did it
Maybe.
have Stephen Root or Johnny Hardwick?
Hello.
Maybe at one
What do we
point.
get? Ooh, nice. There we go.
Since Stephen Root is kind of in fucking everything, probably.
I may join that.
Congratulations,
a little bit
Mikey!
of
Now
everything.
you can really tall and trot with your legs.
That's what I'm talking about.
Only downside is, you're still going to need to jump into one of my barrels in order to do it. Otherwise, your arms are not much faster than, well, everything else about you.
What do you mean?
Wait, that's extra sweet of you, Mr. Cranky Kong, but I don't know if I could run that fast on my legs.
Now,
Actually,
here's
it's like.
the
Sorry, you go first.
now here's the catch. Do we need to be in the orangutan sprint to jump into the barrel and then sprint?
No.
or can we just
No.
jump whenever.
It'll do that automatically the moment you get in the barrel.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, aside from you know the titular duo of DK and Diddy, everyone else here actually does get a power up.
For instance, Tiny gets the ability to use the monkey port.
Otherwise known as a banana port that only Tiny can do.
The Tiny exclusive banana
This
order.
was probably the part where the developers maybe were running out of ideas for, 25 unique power-ups.
Kind of.
Guys, we developed this 6 super rare banana porter. What do we do with it? Give it to the tiny monkey. You mean tiny? Yeah, the small one.
I mean, technically, there's two.
But, speaking
I
of,
mean, the other
for
one's a
Chunky,
Gorilla Gone.
It's Gorilla Be Gone.
Where's them goblin?
Available now at your local Yoshi's.
I want freaking one of them to be Gorilla Glue or Gorilla Tape already and just have the freaking, scream of Cranky Kong get cut off at the perfect moment.
No, even funnier, the animation is of Chunky Kong just taking a quick whiff of the tube of glue.
No.
Also, real quick, damn Cranky, you had to go and say that, and Chunky really took that to heart because we never saw this poor guy again until the Mario movie.
I've been practicing.
And even then, the possibility of seeing him again after that is tenuous at best.
I had to take a second to take something from my folks real quick. What Cranky say again?
Something about him. I want you to use this power up as often as possible because basically this is the power up that allows Chunky to turn invisible.
Ah, that is.
Ah.
Not gonna lie, like.
It's probably one of the most amusing looking abilities in the game, at least to me.
Not gonna lie, like you mentioned the
As
prospect.
we'll find out here.
You mentioned the prospect of it seeming like they were running out of ideas for power-ups at that point. This kind of seems like it's. And you know what? I don't even feel bad making this comparison because it's the exact same Devil Damn thing. This is Amy suddenly learning how to be invisible in 06 levels of why are we doing
That
this?
is 100%
Yeah.
fair.
You know what? I'll give Chunky credit though. They actually do shit with it.
That is fair.
Yeah, namely by making things appear when you disappear.
That is fair.
You know, speaking of which, we barely even started, so why don't we go ahead and actually leave the level prematurely to go back to that one house up in the sky.
Yay,
Fungi,
backtracking!
Can I just say I was really afraid because there was a part of me that was thinking, is he having us redo the entire Devil Damn session again?
Oh, of course not.
Nah, what kind of commentary group would we be if we did that?
I mean, what do you think we are, Conquer?
So Matt, I forgot if I asked you in the previous part that you showed up in, but what's your favorite monkey?
Kinda monkey or Kong?
Kong. And you can't say Linky Kong because he's my choice.
Fuck you then. None.
Well, who says you can't like the same one?
No. I plead the fifth and say Super Monkey Ball. Anyway.
You know, come to think of it, why hasn't there been a Donkey Kong and Super Monkey Ball crossover yet?
Sega and Nintendo.
Hey, you can't say that game, Nintendo! Name?
Basically, unless it's the Olympics or Smash Brothers, they want nothing to do with each other, apparently.
Yeah. But no,
I mean, not sure. I mean, not completely true. Remember those two really special zones in Sonic Lost World that you can only play on the Wii U version?
Ugh, that's true. Whoa.
Also, to answer seriously, like, I feel like I've always been partial. I don't know fully, but I feel like I've always been partial to Diddy. So, yeah, Diddy Kong, I'd say.
Yeah, Diddy's a good choice.
I mean, hey, not a bad choice.
He's got a blue box. Why wouldn't you be attracted to that?
We'll always love Diddy Kong, regardless if he has that separator in between his eyes or not.
I'm just gonna say it right now, and I feel like this is... I don't care how much of a take this needs to be said. If you hear the name Diddy, and the Kong isn't the first thing you think of, you're uncultured.
What about Donkey Kong?
No, I'm talking about the name Diddy.
Oh, fair.
Okay, well, what happens if you think of the... What do you think of if the first word you hear is donkey? Yeah, that's what I thought.
No,
I didn't really think on that for a moment.
No.
I mean, granted, in my case, that's an easy one, but I know for everyone else, it's like... Donkey?
Oh, darn. I was going to make a similar joke and just go, Donkey!
I was going to say, monkeys aren't donkeys! Get out of my head!
What is that?
Well, it's what?
Well, what Iki just said. Who is he quoting?
Futurama.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
It's the one where Planet Nintendo 64 invades Earth. Possibly from space.
Oh, right. I
Was
forgot
that?
about that.
Yeah, it's where General Pac-Man gets killed in a blast.
Oh, yeah, and Miss Pac-Man cries over his death.
10 to the Widow Pac-Man.
Quite literally, the movie Pixels ripped off that episode, by the way, of Futurama.
Yeah.
Didn't do a good job of ripping it off, though.
No, it did not.
I mean... Yeah, no, like, that movie's a piece of shit, but I'm not gonna lie. The artistic effect of all the actual pixelized, like, monsters and whatnot was still pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked decent.
Didn't they turn Q*bert into a human woman?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, they
Yes,
did.
Why?
With the power of Alien, I guess.
With the power of Alien.
And then with the power of Horny, the guy went
Yeah.
for it anyway, even knowing that she was
Yeah,
a
just-
pixel alien, and then they...
That's still...
With the
Like,
power
that-
of Olaf.
So wait, I
that's
thought...
still-
Wait, hold up.
Hang on, hold on, Nikki. Yes, hype?
Just, like, that is disturbing.
Uh-oh.
I will admit, though, I still love the one bit where, like, you know, Olaf and Q*bert were making out. Like, everyone else is just going, aw, but Adam Sandler's like, Are we just gonna forget that that was Cubert?
Yes.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
like that one bit.
Fair enough.
I will also give the movie one bit of credit as well. Having Peter Dinklage play just wholesale Billy, what is it, Billy Mitchell?
Billy Mitchell.
Billy
Yeah,
Mitchell.
just wholesale just be Billy Mitchell, which I thought was hilarious.
Damn, I didn't think Billy Mitchell was that short.
He's that short of mine.
But I do agree, he did have the facial hair that looked kind of neat. Uh-oh, crap.
Oh.
Oh no, how are we gonna take care of this, James?
Well, first things first, I'm going to place this rock here on this suspiciously shaped rock platform.
There you go.
I mean, button.
Oh, I thought we needed the red ground pound already. Whoa!
In a completely different room, we unlock a bigger boulder.
Rock.
It'll all make sense. Trust me. Trust me.
Also,
Sure, well.
also because I almost forgot, I can bring it up now. Earlier with the way that this all looked, with the way that
You know, while we're here,
with the
Oh,
way
boy.
that the way that the Gorilla Gone move looked, it just kind of made me think of freaking Chunky being all like,
Luckily, Chunky wearing disintegration-proof vest. You may fire when ready.
and
so Matt, would you do me a solid and also voice this guy?
This guy's weird.
Sure.
What is this?
Hey, Lanky, it's not much fun being stuck in this pokey igloo, so I made up a game to pass the time. If I don't play soon, I'll die of boredom. How about it, buddy?
What the hell even are
I
you?
mean, you already looked dead, but, okay.
that's not good.
See those tiles? Turn as many over to show your face as possible. Yippee, let's go!
Oh, but he's gonna be competing.
Well, you know the drill. Bash on every cruel square you see.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's always the rule. It's literally just follow the leader, and this. It's a cheap way to play, but it works every time.
I love Splatoon.
It
Aha!
absolutely works.
You can't defeat me. Wait, why do you have more than me? No, hold on.
Stop following me!
This
Nope,
looked
stop.
red earlier.
I thought I turned these on our own out already.
I like this.
No fair!
Yeah, if you don't start countering him, this is going to be a pretty close match.
I have a glandular problem!
Can he actually hurt you while he's switching these panels? Oh no, he's just completely ethereal.
He's transparent.
He's a ghost! He's the ghost of one of the killer tomatoes.
That is true.
He
I mean, that's
does
what happens
look-
when you try to grow.
Oh,
Attack
look
the
like
killer tomatoes.
I was afraid you accidentally turned the other one.
Funnily enough, we did encounter killer tomatoes in the last session, but yeah, no,
We did.
Remember those giant ones? But this is pretty much what happens when you try to plant them in an icy terrain.
Yep.
And yeah, he still grew.
Oh no! It took me days to think of that game, and you beat me. You're not my friend anymore. Take your winnings and leave, you bitch.
I don't even think we were friends to begin with.
Wow, what a sore sport.
You didn't think we were friends.
Do you think Lanky Kong talks to his own hands as if they were hand puppets?
I love that ugly cry sound as he
Thank
fades away.
you. Thank you for acknowledging that, Logan.
You know,
Also, hey, what's
I'm-
that one?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's do
Oh,
this. You know,
boy.
we're already here. Let's do this one too. And
Oh.
you know, it's a funny coincidence. Matt has to be here at the exact same time, like in the other session where we have to deal with this prick.
Oh wait, which
Who's the
prick?
bonehead who put red coins up here?
Someone who's a jerk. Also, let's hope we can get inside before the great new collapse. Nice. Okay, just in
Good
time.
luck. You'll absolutely need it.
Oh, the beetle
Oh.
again.
Oh, it's only you, Lanky. Well, if you can beat me to the bottom of my slide and collect 50 coins, I suppose you can have my golden banana. You already know the rules, but I'm going to say them again.
You know, and I'm kind of glad he worked on his diction in between sessions.
Man, I hope we can beat him. Because he's a beetle.
He's the Beatles.
Yeah. Also, I realize it's probably going to be the most inopportune time for this to happen.
Oh,
Lanky, you just gotta stand there. The bug's getting away.
That's so stupid.
I'm
that-
listening very intently. Actually, I should try and make him sound like Gonzo.
Well, hold on. He doesn't. Don't we already have Cranky Kong for that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
How far ahead is this motherfucker?
Very.
Tank Squawks.
Whee!
Squawks put me at a severe disadvantage.
Squawks,
But I guess
you
it honestly
fucking
wouldn't matter
bastard.
either which way, considering this is easily the harder of the two races.
I paid the parrot.
Hey, where is that bastard?
I think he already won the race.
I was about to say, couldn't we just restart the race?
No.
I mean, we could, but I'm curious now. I want to see how far that guy actually made it.
I mean, surely they would put rubber banding the other direction to make it fair, wouldn't they?
Oh, I saw the door.
Yeah, I
So
saw,
he
I
must
saw
have
the
just
door
he must
too.
have just left this room.
You saw it?
We're catching up. Slowly
How
but
many
We might
coins?
actually
surely.
reach him, boys. We might actually do it.
How many coins do we need again?
50. This is legitimately like one of the most obnoxious missions in the game.
Okay, now start. All right, you got it. Now start cutting every corner you can.
I guess on the plus side of things, at least we're in a yeah, no, he beat us by a
He
landslide.
gone.
I won fair and square. I thought as much, Lanky. You're just too slow.
You're too slow.
Yeah, no, like his victory laugh, I always thought was much more obnoxious than whenever he cries in defeat.
I still find that bullshit. The fact of the game actually, like, pausing right there. I hate that.
Oh, it's total bullshit.
Yeah, like the least they could have done is have the bug froze in place while you got the tutorial.
But you know what
Right?
it is? I think it's a case of the developers not thinking that you would have used this ability beforehand.
Right.
And because every time you use the ability the first time that you go into the barrel, you get Squawks to explain the thing to you.
But even
So-
then, when you touch the barrel, the game pauses. That's also
No, it pauses
bullshit.
you, but it doesn't pause the environment around you.
I know. I still find that bullshit.
Oh, totally.
Oh, no, 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 no.
If you collide with him, you will lose some of your coins.
Oh.
You guys ever notice how this beetle's shell kind of looks like?
Oh,
Fuck!
that always happens.
You ever realize how his shell kind of looks like a frickin' bean?
Kinda does. It does kind of look like a bean now that you mention it. Well, you know what? Every time I see this guy, I just think he looks like something that belongs in some bargain bin 90s platform on, like, Windows computers.
Guy does.
He's Tim Pool. He won't take off the fucking hat.
Personally speaking, aside from this race and the bullshit with the
clobber?
the club guy up on the top.
Oh,
boy!
and he does that. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you
just
for
said
reminding
if
me
you
of that.
collide with him, you lose your.
What the fuck?
You're saying about Broadway in Vienna?
Yeah, no, I don't want to tell the story actually, mainly because of the fact of I don't want to spoil Logan.
Whoa!
I don't want to spoil Logan on any of the big twists because there's a twist. There's a twist in the Broadway in the whole like thing that happened that actually made me gasp.
Oh.
But yeah, so
There you go.
but I'm not going to say what it is. That's the thing because I want to surprise Logan.
Alright.
But I will tell you guys a really funny story that happened with another production that is considered one of the biggest flops of Broadway history.
Oh.
So there was a Broadway adaptation of the Stephen King novel.
Watch out!
Of
Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen.
There's a Broadway adaptation of Stephen King's Carrie. And
Man, the time where I say we're gonna be right back, that's the one that wins the run.
Congratsy.
right.
Also, it sounded like the beetle just like screamed and hit the wall at
Yup.
full speed back there.
Lanky.
Just
I can't even eat bananas. I just wanted to hold on to it to make you jealous.
but don't let us stop you on that, Matt. You tell us that story.
Yeah, I want to know about Carrie.
Story.
So there's a Broadway adaptation of Carrie that was made in the 80s and all that. And it had a bunch of really good people working on it. However, all those people that were working on it kind of had very different visions. So what happened
how
is
the show should go?
yeah, well, so just to give you an idea, this is a really, like, pretty much every single problem stemmed from one word being misunderstood. and all that.
Oh, what was that word?
So, really quick, they wanted to make the Carrie play look like pretty flashy and all that. Make it feel flashy and yet still have the dark like bite that Carrie had. So, when they're making it, they are talking to one of the directors who is also a costume designer on it, and they said we want it to be big and flashy. You know, think Grease. You know, like the play Grease. You know, and he's like, think Grease. Yeah, got it. They come back a couple weeks later and go like, or a couple months or so later, and it's like, hey, you got some sketches up? Yeah, here you go. And all of a sudden, all these high schoolers and teenagers are in togas, and everything looks gray and muted, and it's like, what the fuck is this? You told me think Grease. Yeah, the play Grease, not Grease the country.
Wait, they made a play on it?
What, you mistook John Travolta for Zeus or something?
But no, it was just funny. That was pretty much the start of all the problems of, oh my god, this is so much miscommunication. Shit.
Right.
I love magical happenstance like that.
Yeah, no.
I thought you said Weast.
That basically is what happened. That's the funny thing. But no.
I thought you said plastic surgery!
But no.
I'm still keeping these.
Basically,
You
there's
never
a
did.
YouTube channel I started watching called Wait in the Wings that has a really good, like, they're basically Defunct Land, but for plays. And it's really interesting.
Oh.
Yeah, really interesting stuff. Like, I discovered them through them talking about probably my favorite Star Kids show. Beat him, kill him.
Don't you have
There we
to
go.
It feels like the HP on these things is kind of inconsistent.
Yeah.
A little.
But no, there's my favorite Star Kids show, Trail to Oregon, which is, yeah, a whole parody of, the Oregon Trail and all that. Absolutely hilarious. I feel like we should watch it sometime.
Whoa!
That's right directly on you. What the fuck?
That should have killed us.
Alright, and that's now going to be that attempt pretty much thrown in the wash. Thank you, Mr. Club. Again, can we at any point reach up and, like, smack him?
Surprisingly, yes.
I just gotta remember the exact, like, I gotta remember where the heck the that room is with that giant boulder we saw earlier on.
I think it's hidden behind some crystals.
Because, I mean, I don't even think we need, like, a full boss battle of, like, a full, like, you know... Like, I don't think we need to do a full smackdown. I'm just saying, like, just, like, one flick of its balls, and then I'm
God
sure
damn
this
it.
all stops in, like...
You know what?
Just a very captivating triangle performance shall soothe its
Logan,
soul.
that's not very baller of you.
Yeah, it should be right here.
I'm just saying, I just like to do, like, just the music starts up... And that's it. And then there's just no more fights for the rest of this whole, like, of this visit in this cave.
Also,
Now the real question...
yes.
God.
You're saying, Steve?
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, but the only thing worth wondering, Logan, who should we have flick the ball? Donkey or Chunky?
Don Quixote.
Chunky, that would be more painful.
Yeah.
Also,
we're too small for this big old boulder.
What if Chunky were hunky?
Didn't say that. Anyway.
That's what it's called.
That's what it's called.
Oh.
Honey, you mean chunky.
The hunky chunky.
Honey, you mean Chunky Leaves?
Boom, there we go. As you can see, yeah.
But, by the way, as well, another thing, as of recording, Logan and I finally beat Metaphor Refantasio.
Hey, that's
Hooray!
So I guess first things first, like, now that you went through it, is that something that we would be covering for the channel?
Never.
No!
You want to know right now, Hype, how many hours it took me to beat that game while looking at every, like, cutscene and every... No,
How many hours did it take to beat the game?
no, I want to hear Hype guess.
I'm going to assume from your reactions more than it took for us to get through AI Somnium files.
Yes.
Yes.
All 3 games combined.
Yes.
Double
Or
damn.
it's gonna be all 2. What am I saying? The 3rd game's not even out yet.
But it will be.
And the third game is supposed to be taking place between 1 and 2.
It took
Where'd
Matt
that
and
come
I...
Hold on,
Yes.
wait, no, I want him to guess,
No, he just guessed, like, more than that. it took between Matt and I, like, doing some voice acting for all of the, like, different sections, because not everything's voice acted, and, like, and I would say accounting for time that we would spend actually commentating on things that are happening in the plot, it took us 115 hours.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well, I guess at that
You know
point
what?
it just
That's fair for an Atlas RPG, I'd say.
That's the thing. This is actually probably the longest I've had to deal with an Atlas RPG too, because like even with regular like Persona 4 or Persona 5, it usually took me like 75 or something hours to beat at most. But yeah,
Would you say it was the hardest Atlas RPG you've ever played?
Not even the hardest, actually. It was actually pretty solid. Like, maybe the super boss was tricky, but like, otherwise, like, it was actually very fun to like play and like learn.
Oh wait, no, that super boss was a bit difficult, but to be fair, it's because he had the same bullshit that every super boss in an Atlas game has.
I'm sorry, real quick. Imagine this. You're in the point of view of one of these critters.
Although I guess I could
Say
ask.
cheese.
Yeah, oh god!
Although I guess I could ask, like, you mentioning the redonkulous length time, is that purely if you're just going for 100%? Because, like, I don't know how thorough you guys were with your playthrough.
No.
Okay, a little bit. Basically so, this is actually the first time I've seen this happen with, like, a Persona style.
Nope!
Come on!
This is the only time I've seen this with a Persona-styled RPG, because it's definitely much more Persona in, like, the presentation and all that than any other Atlas RPG. We were able to do all the social link stuff, which usually you have to do a second playthrough for most Persona games and all that. This is the only time where we were able to do it fully in the first playthrough. Like, able to get all of it. And all of that.
I mean, in all fairness, like you said, most Atlas RPGs need you to do a second playthrough. When I was playing Persona 5 Royal on Switch, I did manage to actually finish every single social link on my first playthrough.
That's because you were given extra time in there, because
Yeah, but I was cutting it really fucking close.
Oh, I know. We actually were able to do it where we weren't, like, cutting that close, but the only reason why is because of the fact of there are far fewer social links in this game than Persona. Because in the Persona games, they're all based off of the Arcanas, the major Arcanas, therefore you have at least 21 social links you gotta go through. With this game, there's only like 12, I think, right, Logan?
Man, your guess is good mine. I wasn't counting.
I mean,
That's
you
fair.
have at least... you have about 12, but you also have a way shorter time frame.
We do have a shorter...
Persona.
How about this? We do have a shorter time frame, but to also balance that out, we don't have to go to 10... we don't have to do 10 ranks for each character. We have to do only 8. Yeah. So basically, how about this? This felt like the most balanced of the Atlas, like, RPGs and all that, especially...
Not too hard, not too easy.
Yeah, no, it felt good. I mean, to be fair, we played on normal, but I'm also talking about, like, with the social aspect of the game and all that.
That's fair.
Because usually with most of those RPGs, like Devil Survivor, the main Persona games and all that, with the social aspect, you have to do 2 playthroughs and all that.
Yeah. Unless you know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, but even then, if you know exactly... Like, even with, I think, Persona 4 Golden, even if you do every single thing pitch perfectly, you still can't do every single social link on that first playthrough. You cannot. It's pretty much a physical impossibility. I haven't seen anybody do it. But no, I will say, though, still Metaphor Refantasio, definitely a lot of fun, definitely worth it. And... yeah, no, I do highly suggest people play it. So yeah.
I just hope it gets a Switch 2 edition.
Let's be honest, it's going to get an updated version, and that version is going to come to the Switch too.
I'll believe it.
Like, well, what are all the consoles it's currently out for now at the time of recording?
Let's see. I believe it's on Xbox. It's on PlayStation. It's on Steam and all that. It's pretty much on
Everything
but
but
the Switch. Yeah.
Which is weird, because for some time I thought it was going to be put on the Switch, but no.
My guess is that it
I swear there was like a Nintendo Direct or two that showed it off on Switch.
No, there wasn't. I will say, I think that what's going to happen is they're holding off a Switch announcement to announce the updated version, because every fucking Atlas RPG has to have this now. Atlas game, always an updated version like 2 or 3 years after the initial release. Always. That's just a new fucking given for every Atlas RPG.
There you are.
He's huge!
Oh, that is a big one.
Take this.
Oh, and down he go.
Ow.
And that technically should be it.
And oddly enough, he's like one of the very few enemies in the entire game that remains dead.
Huh.
Yep. And with that, we'll no longer have to worry about that scary music or the stalactites falling from the ceiling.
Ever again.
There you go.
Even if you leave and re-enter the level?
Yep.
Even if you leave and re-enter the level.
Nice.
Hooray.
Even
Okay.
if you quit the game, turn it off, and turn it back on again, he's still dead.
Alright, nice.
Hooray.
Now we can enjoy probably one of the better tracks in the entire game.
That didn't sound very genuine of you, Matt.
Hooray.
Once more with Gusto.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go.
But no.
Again, I'm sorry, that monkey port thing is so useless. It even makes the exact same they just retooled it. It's the exact same mechanic.
It really is.
Alright,
And now we
where
have
is-
this big-ass Igloo.
What? Hold on, I thought
it's a big
I thought we
igloo.
shattered that thing.
Yeah, you did. It's chunky. No, I think it was a different one.
Yeah, it was a different one. That same one that had the monkey, Tiny's teleport and the golden banana. That's the one we broke.
Okay.
This level's a bit strange like that.
Now we come to the Igloo that actually holds most of this area's challenge. Well, it holds a challenge for more or less every con.
Okay.
And DK's is probably one of the more obnoxious ones.
Oh, I recognize this room.
Oh no! So, here's the fundamental problem with this particular Igloo room. That big-ass wall of spiky ice, it hurts, but it hurts a lot.
Oh boy.
Ow. I like how you
like that
got
hurts
Just like that guy!
I like how you got in position the exact moment he's like, "Ugh!"
Another one.
Ow.
He didn't know what hit him until it actually hit him.
You didn't see it coming.
Anyway.
Let's show off how much damage we take from this.
Oh.
An entire melon.
One entire goddamn watermelon's worth of damage.
And I'm honestly convinced that there was supposed to be a soup, like a strong Kong barrel in this room. But
Oh,
there isn't.
God.
So you have to bareball it.
Still though, good job. Let's see if we can grab that balloon on our way out.
I mean, honestly, like, considering how short that was, I feel like they probably only did that just to compensate for how...
Alright.
Oh boy.
Take me away, Lakitu, wherever you are.
At least you respawn at the very beginning of the room, so...
Yeah, not the. Oh, sorry, continue, Hype.
No, I was just saying though, like, I feel like the only reason that thing does double damage is to compensate for the fact that otherwise that didn't really look like too difficult a challenge.
Fair.
No, but you only have 2 hits.
Right. And I mean, being fair, trying to avoid that thing is much easier said than done.
Possibly even less so if you didn't get the first melon upgrade.
Let's hear what's going on
Right.
here.
Also, really quick, Logan, random thing. You'll like this.
9?
You'll like this. Universal's Orlando theme park
Oh, wait, this is one.
now has Zelda merch.
The
What kind
evidence
of
is
merch?
building.
The merch, it's small stuff right now. T-shirts and mugs, mostly.
Oh.
Okay, so...
I would love, like, a collection of, like, rubies.
That would be cool.
I would love someday to be an actual, honest to God,
Wait,
Zelda
no,
portion
no,
of
no,
the
no,
Super
no, no,
Nintendo world.
no. Collection of the 3 sacred stones in, like, a little ornamental box.
See, 3 sacred stones, pendants, any other magical MacGuffin from the other Zeldas, I'd be down with that.
Deck
Yeah.
of nuts.
Maybe
the pearls.
The big wallet.
maybe a cover for your iPad to make it look like a Sheikah slate.
That would be cool.
A potion bottle.
A Midna helmet.
Yeah.
The Begoron sword.
No, the giant's
Good
knife.
luck carrying that devil lamp thing, though.
No, you can only afford the giant's knife.
Mallow.
Wrong game.
Franchise.
Wait, oh, Mallow.
Literally just Mallow as a plushie. Just left him like, look at him.
Hey, welcome to Mallow Mart.
He's
Honestly,
like a pug.
no,
He's
no.
ugly and cute at the same
No.
time.
No. When they do release the inevitable, like, Zelda part of the park and all that, and you go to the store, that is the song they're playing 24/7 in the store.
Oh, you know what?
And I hope they have that weird machine in the background and it dispenses like milkshakes or like Slurpees.
Could be.
I'm dead ass convinced that that machine in the background of Malamart is like a fucking 7-Eleven Slurpee machine.
You know, for the adults, they gotta have Chateau Romani just be a White Russian.
Yes.
But then they'd have to get Jeff Bridges to promote it.
For the people at home who may just think that I just asked for an actual, like, big man be ordered as opposed to a drink, a White Russian refers to a beverage that is typically vodka spiked milk.
Yep.
That's where all the magic comes from.
This is the part of the funny video game joke where I explain the humor to anybody who has never played the games so that I prove that I am a funny man. You see, Chateau Romani is implied in Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask to be a beverage that only, like, big kids should have, but you are allowed to have it as the bartender takes pity upon you, for you will be called in the impending apocalypse soon to hit Termina Field. In this sense, we actually get to see a sort of a dissection of the human condition in the shape of Link as he is living out the vices of mankind that will soon bring about the rapture upon the land of Nintendo World, starting, of course, with Lanky Kong.
I absolutely...
He's only got 72 hours to ride the Donkey Kong roller coaster.
Wait a minute.
Oh, you again!
How'd you get here?
Are you okay, dude? Oh, we gotta save him.
Who cares? Just leave him be.
No, we gotta save him.
Let nature take its course.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, go ahead, Matt.
Really quick. I would like to mention, Logan, I give you props. Your tone of voice totally sounded like I'm going to stop halfway through, and that you just continued. You let it happen. I give you props. I'm continuing that.
What the hell is happening?
I was sweating profusely like, where do I even go? Where do I even go? With this?
Gee, thanks, Chunky. Don't worry about me now. I got things well under control.
Chunky was hoping for the fireball to reach you.
He just explodes, even without the barrel, just...
Chunky was hoping for your untimely death.
That's it.
There you go.
Okay, now
But Chunky's arms disagreed.
all I ask of you is to get the balloon, and then just throw an orange grenade and just leave, and we'll just let God, we'll let God settle the rest.
Alright.
Will it even go off?
Chunky declared nature take its course.
Vaya con Dios.
Whatever that means.
Chunky con Dios.
Oh, we didn't even get to see the corpse.
We don't need
Nope.
to see the corpse.
That's
All
it.
we know is that it exploded and we heard it.
It was a Greek tragedy before our eyes.
You know, going back to, like, Zelda stuff in Nintendo World, do you think they'll handle, like, assuming they even bother doing it, do you think they'll, for, like, the walkarounds, do you think they'll probably actually just get just regular people cosplaying as Link and Zelda, or will they also have the big mascot heads?
I
feel
wouldn't
like they have
mind,
to be.
just like full-on costume ensemble without the mascot heads.
Only if they decide to use the two versions of the characters.
Right.
what
Otherwise,
if?
No. You raise a very good point, because if they do go the human approach and just have them wear like decorative ears and stuff, like go Twilight Princess mode, like. Of note, like, how to
What the
put
hell
this,
is
like,
this?
like how would they do Link? Because like, for I suppose the image of Nintendo, Link should not speak. So
Then just don't have him speak?
I'm saying,
I mean, Mario
but then
does.
you're going to have, because then I worry that you're going to have people much icky. Would you consider the Buckingham Palace guards to be well-known, like, multimedia celebrities?
In a way, yeah.
Well, they're certainly well known enough.
would know, like, oh look, that's Buckingham Palace Guard A. I have all of his games and books in media.
Yeah.
I'm saying even with that little of like individual like celebrity, there are people constantly trying to get them to like you know, mess up, laugh, giggle, like throw like a club or something at them to like get them to like react. And now you throw that in like an underpaid like actor intern playing him in a theme park with children. I feel like it's gonna be tricky. Go ahead and hype.
I feel like that will not be tricky because the difference is the Buckingham Palace guards are basically Devil Dam statues, whereas with Link, I imagine, you know, it probably would be no different than how, like, you know, the actual, like, you know, Disneyland mascots are. It's like, you don't really expect them to talk back. They don't talk back, but you're still able to, like, you know, interact with them and whatnot and have jolly memories with them.
Like,
but in terms of keeping the face
like,
and stuff, like, because
I could at least imagine like a Link costume functioning as like being able to react without using words.
I mean, at that point, you're basically this is under the assumption that they're not wearing anything obscuring their face. That, I mean, on one hand, yes, you could train them to pantomime certain things. I just don't want American tourists to fuck it up, and like we don't get to have nice things anymore. Kind of.
I mean,
Logan,
underestimate
they're already
Link.
breaking off the stems off the Yoshi fruit.
I know, and they lasted
honestly,
for months in Japan with not a single apple nibbled. Yes,
I'm just saying, and I say this as, you know, Jordan's showing me various videos of it. Granted, the examples they've shown me were characters that do talk, but I still feel like the example still goes into play. Never underestimate the acting prowess of Universal Studio, like, walk-and-talk actors. Like, they know how to commit to a role.
I suppose that is true.
Yeah, I'd say a little faith wouldn't hurt.
Or you know what? If they had to have a Link that attempts to talk, make it like Legolas from Lord of the Rings.
I still don't think.
Talk.
Yeah.
Just be as dignified as possible.
I mean, I don't think that they're going to have... Okay, here's the thing. I think that they are going to go the mascot route of having the costumes and all that, but the costumes are going to look much more similar to, again, the N64 era version of the characters.
Or Twilight Princess.
Or hell, they might even go the Toon version of the characters. Either way, they're going to probably do that so that they don't have to have the characters talk.
You know what I would like to see, though?
I mean, because the funny thing is, you could have Zelda talk. Like, that's the thing. Like, Zelda can talk just fine. It's just, like, it's primarily Link that we're worried about.
I know.
Admittedly, in this day and age, I think there's enough understanding of Link as a character in the cultural zeitgeist, at least, that we can at least, like, make a... What's the word? A more accurate interpretation of what would be the ideal Link that can talk.
Well, I mean, like, I guess there's also, like, another point. Like, we're gonna be getting that Zelda movie sooner or later, and I don't really trust them to be faithful and not make Link talk. Like, you know he's gonna talk in that film. So I guess that is something they're gonna have to skirt towards sooner or later.
Oh, need help, James?
I'm just trying to figure out what I do next. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and go through that there Waterfall.
I just had a fucking hilarious idea.
What's up?
What if, instead of having Link talk, he has a fairy companion that talks for him?
Oh, so like Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah, literally just have like a... No, just literally have like an animatronic ball on a string floating around him.
No, I got the perfect idea. Logan will love it. No, instead of that, we'll have a talk piece side character named Stroll who will speak everything that is meant to be spoken by the main character.
Who is voiced, has a character. No, but I will say, I actually do like the idea of, like, having, like, a little fairy thing, and, like, the idea is that, like, maybe the fairies, like, again, give it maybe... Here's the thing. I don't know if I would want to have Navi's personality maybe closer to Tattle's, where, like...
Fair.
Where, like, it's almost a little bit sassy, like, yeah, okay, like, don't, okay, like, you're gonna, like, keep staring all day, you're gonna talk to the guy, or something like that, I don't know.
Also, in case you're wondering, I was making a joke towards Metaphor Re Fantasio.
No, I heard you.
No, I know. I'm saying for the rest of
sorry.
everyone. For the rest of the people.
What does this upgrade do?
Yeah, it just gives us more musical ammo.
Ah.
Oh.
Again, if you know what you're doing, you're never gonna have to like worry about running out.
Oh, but wait, there's more.
Eh.
An extra melon.
Oh.
An extra melon?
Oh boy!
Do I ever?
Oh goody! Third melon.
Lap it on me.
Unfortunately, this time you have to pay for it.
Oh
Eh.
well.
It's only 7 coins.
And maybe it's funny because every time I play through DK64, I always forget to get this until like Creepy Castle.
Oh.
At this point in time, money is absolutely of no worth for us.
Oh yeah, no, again, listen, you thought Donkey Kong Country Returns and Tropical Freeze was bad about how it handled the banana coin economy. DK64 is not much better.
Fair.
Look, as the famous MTV said, money for nothing and chicks for free. Got some used small microwave ovens, custom kitchen delivery, yay.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go inside the cabin now.
Oh boy. I hate this fucking place.
Oh.
And unfortunately, while you're inside the cabins, you're generally not allowed to actually use your musical instruments. So we're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way.
You have a bit of a time limit, as it were.
Time limit.
If I remember correctly, which I more than likely don't remember correctly. I haven't played this game in like 10 years.
Oh boy!
Fair enough. Thank
Okay,
you, Mr.
good.
Melon.
I was afraid that would have opened while you were trying to recover from the iframes.
So is this K. Rool's private ghetto?
Could be.
In my ear all along. You mean to tell me that K-Rool's been renting property?
Yes.
Also, I just had a fucking, like, brain blast nostalgia moment.
What's up?
So for those who grew up watching, like, Gary's Mod videos, do any of you remember a particular character named Pain is Cupcake?
No.
That doesn't sound familiar now.
I feel so alone.
I mean, I'm sure it wasn't bad. What do you know about him?
Well, basically, it was a whole bunch of, like, silly videos on YouTube that whenever he would do a thing, or the video focused on him, it would be playing this particular music track.
And
That's it.
oh,
it was my brain going. It's like, hey, remember this?
remember the time?
Unfortunately, I hate to break this to you, but we're not mind readers.
No, I don't expect you to read brains, but I don't know. So, what happens if you step into the swingy latch?
Don't if you value your life.
Oh right, you got shot.
Exactly.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Searchlight,
Oh,
seek.
no, not this bozo again.
Haven't we taught him the past few times already that he's not allowed on our lawn?
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, Claptrap? Also, the music started late again.
If you don't shut your yap, I'm gonna have to...
Bust your trap.
Yeah, and then I'll clap.
Probably give your teeth a slap.
I think you guys got this handled. I'm gonna go take a nap.
What? No.
Thank you, good night.
One of my favorite onomatopoeia is WHAP.
Why?
No.
WHAP, by the way.
Okay, good.
All I could think of. All I could think
What
of
did you
when
think I
say
was
that-
thinking of?
You know the song. Well, all I could think of when you
Barely.
say that is from frickin' Game Grumps when they were recording themselves playing Dead Rising, the first game. And at one point, they really liked this one outfit where it was all it was they put Frank in the Red Devil looking like head piece you can wear, and
yeah.
and then they would just pick out like a giant bat, and then Aaron was like, "I'm the WAP Goblin."
Oh
God,
no!
I remember that
Oh.
one. And I remember not liking this particular challenge.
Ladies and gentlemen, This is the point of the game where I stopped playing on the Wii U console.
You didn't like this part?
Yeah, just like that.
No, none whatsoever, in fact.
Here's what's gotta happen. All these guys gotta go.
And you only have so much time to do it.
Yeah, and it's much easier. Well, okay. When you bring the I keep forgetting just how useful the freaking charge up slam is.
So wait, why can't you use the instruments in here?
Because that would be cheating.
Oh, and the game like kills you for that?
No, you just can't. It just disables the command.
Yeah.
What the
Hey,
fuck?
you pulled off pretty well, I think. Nice.
Yeah.
Here's your banana.
You know what? All these years of playing through this game front to back, I mean, it's only now where I start to realize just how useful the freaking Crystal Coconut charge attack is.
I feel like a complete imbecile for not even remotely thinking to do any of that. I thought you were required to use the goddamn jetpack.
Nah, thankfully no. It's only useful for getting up there. But thankfully that crisis is averted.
All I know about
WAP
is that Ben Shapiro complained about it like a little baby. And that's all I know.
And that's all I need to know that I like it. I don't know.
I see there's more spotlights. Should we be afraid of those?
Nah, these lights are fine.
They're having a crockle rave in here.
Do the oranges have slight
Oh!
They do.
Nice.
That's it.
No, you dick!
Wow.
It's like, I love the actual. Oh, hi there. Wait.
Hey. So, by the way, can the charged crystal coconut attack kill these things, or only oranges?
Let me see.
Oh,
they're completely immune to it.
Yeah, it just pushes them.
They got thick skin.
The fact that it's these troops out of the fact that it's these troops that are the most like resilient.
They've got the power of purple on their side.
The power of.
I'm sorry. Was this platform taken?
As a matter of fact, it was.
Not anymore.
I wonder who did that voice. I wonder who did that sound effect of dog getting punted that they used for these guys.
Who punted their dog for the sake of sound design?
It's from the hit stock sound effect record Evil Sounds. Like,
Sounds
Evil
by
sounds.
very evil.
Exactly, like, whoever punted their dog for the recording, they got paid too much.
Damn.
If they were paid a cent.
Hold on, I know who did it. It was the greatest sound effect designer of all time, Tommy the Tallarico Engine.
Damn.
I mean, yeah, no, dude, he worked with Miyamoto to prepare Metroid Prime 4 for our help and
hand in
kindness.
hand. Yep.
It was through his sound design where Matt, I think it's a story time.
Yes, honestly, story time, but I do want to show the video to James sometimes. There's this person in the industry, his name is Tommy Tallarico. So,
Oh, I know who he is.
yes, here's the
Oh,
thing.
so you know the whole bit.
I've only
Okay.
heard the name.
Okay, well,
tell Dick
really
again.
quick. So for everybody. So H-Bomber Guy did this one video. He was just thinking one day, looking through YouTube, and, you know, people were talking about the Roblox oof sound effect.
This room.
Anyway,
Sorry.
it's fine. But H-Bomber Guy decided to do a video on the Roblox oof sound effect because he was just thinking about it, and people were that whole like oof, like that popular one, and he was like, oh, I wonder where, people are like, oh, that came from Roblox. It's the Roblox sound. He's like, no, I played a game as a kid that sound came from, and it wasn't Roblox. And so he decided to, you know, just look into the history of that sound and, you know, just do a small video on it. And then discovered Tommy Tallarico. And went down an entire rabbit hole of plagiarism, lies, and one of the worst scandals in gaming. Like one of the biggest con artists in gaming history.
Which is weird considering that, you know, when he actually puts the effort in, he's a pretty decent musician. It's just that, yeah, otherwise he steals a lot of Elvis talent.
Here's the thing, by the way. It's actually argued he doesn't even do that. Because
Really? Not even the Earthworm Jim soundtrack?
Well, we don't fully know, because here's the thing. A lot of the stuff, like, from H. Bomber Guy's research and all that, I highly suggest watching the video on the Roblox loop that he did. It's fucking hilarious how much he goes into Tommy Tallarico. But, legitimately, like, yeah, he did the Earthworm Jim stuff and all that, so he claims. He also claimed to have done the RoboCop soundtrack for one of the early RoboCop games, and, you know, even did this whole, or is I RoboCop or Terminator 2 or something? Well, a classic soundtrack to a classic
RoboCop
game and all that. It wasn't even Tommy who did the music, it was Joey Curtis. His, who was a partner of his throughout a lot of stuff, and pretty much H. Bomber Guy learned that if Tommy Tallarico claims to have done something, 9 times out of 10, it was probably Joey. Joey was very likely the one who did it. And even, like, there was a whole, like, compilation of music that Tommy Tallarico did and all that that is on YouTube, and it says done by Tommy Tallarico. Literally, a couple of them have Joey in the comments going, "Hey, glad you liked the song, though it was me who did this. Just a heads up, it wasn't Tommy."
This is starting to feel like another Butch Hartman situation.
Honestly, it may as well be.
Yeah.
It's like, I created your childhoods. It's like, you made one cartoon and it was not as good as one.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, and arguably, yeah, he made one cartoon and it wasn't even as good as SpongeBob. And arguably, the better follow-up years and years later is better because it doesn't involve him at all.
Yeah.
And I mean, that and the other show that people would most likely think that his art style comes from, Danny Phantom, not even his art style.
Yeah, it's not even his! Why are we staring at a bee?
I just want to play a pretty tune for him.
Junkie just wanted to amuse himself.
Huh, today I learned that Sonic IDW actually had a sort of a deep cut reference to Akira.
Oh, really now? Was it the bike slide?
Oh, yes! No, I know what it is.
Was not,
It's
and
not
it
the
actually
bike.
was not the bike slide.
It was something other than the bike slide?
Yes,
Yeah.
and I love it. It's a great reference.
I'll post both images.
Yes.
So basically, there's this one particular moment in Akira where
Show the cover. Show the cover first.
yes, this cover here. Well, no, I'm showing that.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So there's this moment where I forget, is it Kaneda or Shinji?
Kaneda.
No,
This is
Shinji is
Kaneda.
Evangelia. Kaneda.
Yeah.
Where Kaneda is like being like looked out or whatever, and like you clearly see like the difference between like his current demeanor and the photo that was taken. And so recently there was an IDW cover with Surge.
I love it.
I love it. I'm so happy about that, honestly.
It's like, you know what? All right, because the problem is that it is 9 times out of 10 the bike slide. It is almost become
9 times out of 10. It's 19 times out of 20.
not to say that it's bad, because I like the bike slide, but like I'm gonna be real. It's starting to become like the other side, the other side of the same coin of the corporate mandated goat scream meme, where it's like, oh, we need something cool that like nerds would be like, have them do a bike slide or something.
Oh, so they could just, what's the term, soy out?
Which, by the way, fucking Zootopia
I
2,
guess.
I hope to God they do not have the, I hope to God they don't have the fucking goat scream, despite the fact that there are 2 goat characters they showed off. But some people pointed out it would be funnier if the 2 goat characters never did the scream and were actually just calm throughout the whole thing.
What movie is this?
Zootopia.
Oh.
Zootopia
Yeah,
2.
Oh, I remember this room!
But before that, time for another battle arena fight.
This is probably actually my favorite puzzle room in the game, if I remember right.
It's a pretty fun puzzle, I'll give you that.
Also, welcome back. Hype.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to put the puppies to bed.
No worries. So who are some other problematic cartoon creators?
Oh, you guys were talking about that while I was gone?
And why are we fighting them on a big platform in the darkness?
Brandon Sippy's creator. I wish these were all just Uwe bowls that we could like
John
batter off
First
into the
Full
abyss.
Chi.
Ooh.
I mean, like,
Ball.
As much as I don't want to go down the rabbit hole right now,
Adam
you heard about
Cole.
what's up with the guy the guy that started the whole Umberg Actually campaign?
Kevin
Oh, no.
Spacey.
Oh,
wait a
no,
minute, are you
okay. Are you talking about Adam Conover? Because, alright, I'll get into this real quick.
Oh.
I know what you're going to talk about. The whole thing with Adam Conover, he unfortunately was paid and did a promotion for cryptocurrency. Everybody tore into him, and he admitted fault for doing it and is acknowledging what he did was shitty. And that...
So is he gonna donate all the money that he got from accepting that promotion offer to charity?
Most likely, yeah. No, I believe he did say he was going to do that.
Adam Conover's a pretty cool dude.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, if he does, then then you know what? Good on him, because that's not something you should really be signing up for in the first place.
Yeah.
No
Oh
amount of
my
fiction.
gosh, it's 3D memory. Continue, Hype.
Just the whole thing about the controversy with the Yumbird actually thing. It's like, yeah, no amount of mascot Yowie will hide that.
The guy who made Dilbert's problematic.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. He is.
I don't read a whole lot of Dilbert, so I'll take your word on that.
Good, because nobody reads Dilbert.
I read Dilbert a long time ago. Cut to me, frickin' the I knew Lotso, but it's me like I read Dilbert. Staring out into the stormy rain like I did. I watched a couple episodes of the TV show. I was unfortunately that dug in at a time.
I heard the one season cartoon was decent, but I will never get over just how fucking
You saw it too, Hype?
I was about to say, like, I don't know if I saw every episode, but that and one random PC game are like the only instances of Dilbert I've ever had exposure to.
Same.
I just hate the art style for those for those comics and whatever.
I mean, I don't even hate the art style so much, but they're clearly it's clearly like one of those
acquired taste humor.
I mean, let's be real here. Who of us here actually gives a shit about like newspaper comics?
I did.
I mean,
when I
it's
was
funny
little.
to me at times because I do unfortunately find myself occasionally interacting with the world of office bureaucracy.
I mean, I get it.
Also, you say like who cares about comic book strips? The Garfield and Peanuts fan bases are gonna have your head on Deviled and Pike.
Not to mention the Boondocks was a newspaper comic.
Oh,
No,
what?
it wasn't.
Yeah.
Huh.
No, it was.
Wait,
Was
I thought it
it?
was a webcomic.
Yeah.
Hold
I
on.
read it in the papers when I was little.
Was it?
Huh.
Oh, I guess Boondocks was? Okay, I didn't know that, honestly.
Yeah.
I always thought that was just purely an animated series.
And I
mean,
thought it
a
was
comic,
really
but
cool
I
how
would-
like
I thought it was a webcomic.
How-
Okay.
how it looked like more modern compared to more contemporary newspaper comics at the time. I thought the art style was really nice.
Alright, so now we've come to a bit of a conundrum. I'm still missing a golden banana from Tiny, and I'm already forgetting where the hell it is.
Oh. Her.
DK,
Oh, hang on.
what do you say?
I got you. I
'Cause I
have.
got all the ones in the igloo. I got all the ones in the cabin.
I got you. I could do this
It's 10 o'clock already? What the shit?
because I.
Oh yeah, no, we've been here a little bit. Listen, be fair, Iki, we started late.
We did.
But I can do this. I have the ability to. I think
I have the technology.
because I have the
But we don't want to
ability.
spend a lot of money.
Because I have the ability to. I have the ability to look.
Oh wait a minute.
So I have the
Was it
ability
this
to
one?
have the-
I think. Oh no, I remember now. It was. Wow. This is one of the easier ones to find. I missed it just like that.
Okay, I'm just gonna sit in the corner over here.
No, you were saying, Logan?
It's okay, Logan.
No, Logan.
Because I had this tool that I could actually use, which was I have the pop tracker thingy for when I'm doing archipelagos for Donkey Kong, and it actually lists out like where every where everything is, like defined and stuff.
Huh.
Pat.
Thank you.
Oh well. Listen. There's always going to be other times because let's be real here. Like DK64, I usually.
Not again.
All right, time to pause, Buffer. Oh, nice. Snagged one.
I lose it every time you just slow it down.
Oh, dang it. Yeah,
Oh.
as you're seeing here, Matt, it's at the point where now actually, if you're emulating and it doesn't auto slow down, it is now actually too fast for human reflexes.
Oh damn.
Yeah, you need to either pause buffer or use your emulator slow-mo functions in order to.
Or save
Oh,
state.
right. What am...
Save state, save state.
This
save
ain't you.
state.
Hey, there you go. Do you have all the blueprints?
I should, and I do believe. Honestly, all I'm missing now is Diddy's banana medal, but that shouldn't be too hard to get. Though,
I mean, it's a medal made out of banana.
right, and I did notice earlier there was a couple of banana bunches I missed with him.
Okay. Well, right there. Okay, so we need to find ourselves
I
a
will
rocket
say
pad.
I am fairly grateful that you don't have to collect all 100 bananas per character per level.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Okay, we need to find ourselves a rocket pad.
I mean, the only real issue with having to, there will be, the only reason why you would want to go for every banana you can find is primarily for the Trough and Scoff stuff.
Oh my god, how did I forget that there was a boss fight for this level too?
There's a boss fight for every level, Leaky. What the fuck are you talking about?
I know! But it was like, we've been here for an hour, we've gotten all 4 out of the 5 bananas, save for the blueprint.
I mean, that didn't stop. To be fair, Iki, this hasn't gone on much longer than our usual sessions.
Yeah, and my brain is going, wait, aren't the bosses saved for later or something? No.
No, it's just your brain's running on 10 o'clock.
It should be running on 2 o'clock.
10 o'clock and 2 o'clock.
Anyway, I actually have to pop off for now. So.
Okie dokie, thank
Are we
you
still
for
doing our
joining us,
thing later,
Matthew.
or are you banned?
No,
out?
we are going to still do our thing later. Don't worry.
What's the thing you're gonna do?
That video I told you guys about way ago.
Alright.
Anyway, I'll see y'all later. Bye.
Bye-byes.
Laters.
See you around, you crazy kid.
Well, while Matt leaves Snides HQ, let's see what present he has for us this time.
Alright.
A
Oh,
finger
it's
to the
just a
face.
finger again. Yeah, I think by this point we've seen all the original ones.
Can we skip these?
Oh, that's right. He also includes the hammer too.
Whoa.
Now it's starting to mix and match elements.
I mean, if I was playing on Speedboat, I could technically skip all these, but we are not. So we're gonna have to watch every gritty detail.
But it's just the same animation played 5 times.
Exactly. Anyway, you guys know the drill. We'll be right back.
Bye-da-bye.
This is your brain on DK.
No, this is your brain on DK after you drunk a whole bunch of caffeine.
No, this is your brain on DK.
No, this is your brain.
My brain? What are you guys?
Chunky has brain?
What if that's how that anti-drug ad started, and they all just start trying to one-up each other, like, no, this is your brain on drug. No, this is your brain on drug.
No, you.
Wouldn't have been some shit if the Donkey Kong Country cartoon actually aired just before the whole fad of having PSAs at the end of your cartoon episodes died
I
off.
thought you were about to
Oh,
say
in
it. I would have
80s?
so wished for it.
Yeah.
If that ad aired in any capacity before freaking
Cartoon All-Stars?
Cartoon All-Stars, thank you. Yes. Like in the middle of all these,
350!
like in the middle of
Yeah.
like in the middle of like classic Bugs, Winnie the Pooh, and just suddenly
Tony
crude
the Tiger.
CGI Donkey Kong and Bluster Kong trying to save.
I mean,
the
I
day.
don't know. I feel like if they were gonna do any video game character in there, they would have done Mario before they did CG Donkey Kong.
Which, now that I think about it, I'm actually kind of surprised they never capitalized on actually, because the Super Show and were still around when that whole special aired. I'm surprised they didn't just up and get Mario and Luigi on board for that too.
He could have looked the smoke ghost in the face and said, "You're dumber than a Goomba."
He just turns over to the kid, and it's like, and you'll go to hell when you die.
You go to hell before you die. Again, they're neat.
You know what they say? Neatness counts. By the way, you got a joint stuck on your coat.
Hey, fuck you, Mario.
Fuck you, Luigi. I should never do a drinking game with that show ever again.
What, Super Show?
Yes. So, for context, and things are better about now. You know the guy who does the really fun cosplays as Wario and stuff.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
Man Doug's friend.
Yeah, no, really solid guy. But so we've been sometimes we do like a drinking night. It's been a few months since the last one we ever did, but it was basically a drinking game. Watch the Super Show, and I think I already described this. It was things like whenever there's an animation error, take a drink. Whenever King Koopa ever does alliteration, take a drink.
Those pesky plumbers gay? Yay!
I remember you saying that one in particular. You really wasted you.
So many times you did alliteration.
And also every time Toad squeaks.
Every time Toad squeaks, which means there's at least a guaranteed one because he squeaks in the intro.
Yes.
Whenever, anytime that Mario talks about food,
Or makes an Italian dish name.
Which is literally every episode. That's another guarantee.
Yep.
Oh yeah, by the way, who's up for rematch round 2?
Rematch?
What are you guys all trying to repair here now? Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Do y'all recognize that shell?
I recognize that cylinder anywhere.
So this is where you've been for the past, 5 sessions.
Oh yeah, no, the Gremlins have been upgrading him, and...
Army Dillo Mark II!
Yeah, much like the refight with Dogadon, the first phase or two is going to be more or less the same, but he will definitely sneak attack us with a few special surprises.
This guy is armed to the teeth.
They have the same weaknesses. What are you gonna do about it
And
now?
it's still DK who has to fight him.
Oh boy. Oh, he's a little bit faster.
Ow. That barely hurt.
My question is, where'd they find an armadillo this size?
What does that do?
Uh-oh.
It lifts him up in the air.
He's a rockadillo.
Shockwaves. Yeah, you gotta learn the timing of that one.
Yeah, it's really not that bad, but I always long jump just to be safe.
So yeah, he's got mortar cannons, but now he's also got jetpack barrels.
It's probably random, but especially because I blame Iron Man transformation sequences. But I'm such a sucker for I don't know what the word is, but metal going kerchunk, 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 whatever. In the case,
pillbug armor.
Well, in this, no, not even just pillbug armor, just anything that slots into each other rapidly, or whatever. So basically, the sound effect that plays when he's armoring and de-armoring, I guess Transformer sounds basically. I'm a sucker because it sounds cool to me.
So how Metal Sonic became Metal Overlord.
A little bit, but listen.
Not quite
to
as
that.
long though.
Yeah, no,
He's still rolling.
I know what you're talking about though.
But because it just gives him such weight and this thing's this. This guy's going crazy, James.
For real. And honestly, it's stuff like this that makes you think. Do these guys actually, turn on their motors and everything to get these sound effects?
I find that cool. Gonna be real though, unless he throws some new thing in, he's actually not really been that crazy compared to the Dragodon refight.
Well, I mean,
Right.
if it's any consolation, he didn't run away like a little baby after losing his cannons.
True.
Yeah, because turns out he has more up his sleeve.
Namely the jetpacks.
Okay, the jetpacks. But hold on, how are we ever gonna reach him then?
Well, I mean...
Well, I'm sure he's got to get out of that shell eventually. Think of how stuffy he's got to be in there.
Yeah.
Also, now it's time for him to unleash his secret weapon.
Susie 9mm.
Right here, sweetheart.
Oh!
Just tell me where to shoot.
Whoa!
Okay, fair enough.
Wait, I thought he launches green missiles at you at some point.
Hold on. We haven't got there yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
there he is!
Oh!
He launched a Yoshi rocket!
He did look like Yoshi for a second, didn't he?
He's got the same red nose and everything.
Now, can we lead it into him?
You don't have to.
What do they have to pay him with?
Good question. Anyway, that's the end of the fight.
Huh.
Oh.
And now he's super dead!
I'm gonna be real. I kind of was hoping there'd be at least one more phase of that. Maybe fire 2 missiles you had to, avoid and, kite around and stuff.
I mean, that would have been interesting, but all the same, I don't know. I'd still say that was a marginal improvement over the original fight.
Yeah,
It would have been kind of cool if you could lead the missile into him.
that's what I was thinking as well.
That would be nice. That being said, though, that is the end of our time with Crystal Caves.
Yay!
Much as I love the soothing melodies, it is time to move on from the crystalline joys. And, actually, we got ourselves a score to settle before we end today's session.
You know, it's kind of funny thinking back on it, because I was kind of dreading Crystal Cave. You know, for the sake of this commentary. I thought it was just going to be another Gloomy Galleon where I was going to have a lot of stuff to just look at as like, oh, I hated this part, I hated this part too. But, no, it was relatively easy.
Again, tag anywhere makes it better.
Yeah, no, I'd say aside from all the back and forth, Crystal Cave is perfectly fine. Oh, and again, the stalactites.
Freaking Kasha.
Only one more key to go.
Technically 2 more.
Oh, 2, I meant.
Because, even with all his happy, giddy joy, he attempts to open up the mouth into Karul's hideout. Except, he's keeping a tight lip on it.
Okay, we need to make him even happier.
But hold up. There's a secret behind him.
That is true, because a certain power-up we just got will be helpful for us here. Just as soon as I can find the appropriate barrel.
I think it spawns after you hit the button.
No, it does not.
It does not?
Nope, it should be right near the cage.
Weird.
Because, yeah, up until this point, if you had attempted to ground pound that thing, the gate would be closing well too fast for a donkey to reach.
If I remember correctly, it is exactly 12 seconds.
Which is why we're gonna need the lanky lunge in order to do it.
The handstand sprint.
And then I completely checked out. Did we already go back to Fungi Forest?
Not yet, but we're going to after this.
Okay.
Oh, it was 8 seconds, not 12.
But there you go. We're getting pretty close, actually. We just need to find one more for Chunky Kong, which I believe will be in the next hub area, and then it's just turning more blueprints.
And then the gate closes on Lanky.
Wouldn't that be some shit? Alright, with that said, I'm sure you all know exactly what we gotta go do, so we will be right back after this commercial break.
It's a jungle in there. Donkey Kong Country rated E for everyone on Game Boy Color. Get into it.
Actually, because it just reminded me, I still need to see when that new guy's when the guy's new game is coming out. I think Icky would like Hyperspace Outlaw.
What's Hyperspace Outlaw?
I believe it was on Switch.
Is it that game where you just go online and mess around?
Well, you mess around, but there is an actual story to follow if you follow different pages. Basically, like, it's the whole premise of it, James, is that, like, you're on the internet in, like, and it absolutely is just, like, it's a bunch of web pages with the, like, aesthetic of, like, the early 90s, like, early 2000s internet, like, when everything was, like, wild and people can make their own, like, GeoCities web pages with, like, their own, like You're the Man Now Dog website. Like, those things where it's, like, a bunch of different, like, music and, like, just
a lot of, like, shitposty material that we grew up on.
But also just, like, back then when you could just make any page for something you were interested in. And and there is a story to be found where you're, like, testing this, like, new, like, idea of a VR, like, internet thing, and you will, and because since back then, it was before the time of, like, having Google or something to, By
the way, cut whatever corners you can, because unfortunately, even with the orangutan sprint, this guy runs stupidly fucking fast, to the point where it's damn near impossible to catch up.
But you did it! But yeah.
Oh.
Kiss my grits, bunny boy!
Well, you know what to do!
Puck her up, Buttercup!
Now he just fades away and gives us the trophy. But yeah, so the whole premise is that since it was before the time of, like, Google, like, you actually have to, like, learn about, like, oh, this person linked his friend's web pages around, so I'll use that as reference to find like, their hidden, like, secret friend page or whatever by, like, chatting and, like...
Could we nuke him with an orange before we leave?
No,
he's already gone.
By him, I mean the rabbit. Good.
Unfortunately, Lanky's aim was off that day.
No.
The K rules sure won't be.
Yeah, well, that said, we'll see you guys next time for Creepy Castle.
Alright, see ya.
Creepy Castle!
Bye-bye.